I think I'm just a shiny person. This will be my forever fight. Should I put on like matte makeup or something? Wipe my face? I don't know, it's not oily. Maybe it is actually. Can I just go like this? I can. Is that helpful? No. Hi. I'm Kenna, and these are all the books that I brought with me to college, minus the ones that I hauled from Barnes & Noble last week. Those are over there. It's a very strange range of books. I brought ones. Okay, there are reasons that I brought them, and I will explain those reasons. Oh, if I scoot back, and I will explain those reasons. Also, sorry that I go on tangents and get distracted all the time. The first one I got is The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. I haven't read one of her books yet, and I need to. And I heard that this one is really good. Her writing is really good. Her books are really good, but I've also heard that this one is one of the phenomenal ones. So, yeah, she's a winner of the Nobel Prize, so hello. I want to read that soon, hopefully. Next, I brought A Storm of Swords by George R.R. Martin, the third book in A Song of Ice and Fire. Fire and Ice. Song of Ice and Fire. A Song of Ice and Fire. I haven't started it yet. I finished the second one, and I didn't love it. I thought the first one was really good. I gave 5 stars. Second one, I gave 3. It just wasn't doing it for me. So I'll try again with A Storm of Swords. Maybe I'll like this one more. I hope so. Fingers crossed. It's just hard to read a book when you're not into the series, especially if it's that big and complicated. The next one I brought is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, and I haven't read it yet, and I feel like that's like a crime against Book Talk, is that I haven't read this yet, but I just haven't gotten around to it, and I'll tell you why. Because I know that it's lyrical, and I know that it's beautiful. Therefore, I know that I'm going to want to annotate it, but sometimes I get tired of annotating, and I don't really feel like doing it. So, like, every time I'm like, I just want to pick up a cute little romance that'll be fun and maybe make me cry. I'm like, yeah, but that one I would have to annotate, so I get my annotating supplies out and stuff. So, that's why I'm putting this one off. But I do want to read it really badly. Next. This book makes me so mad to look at. This is There Will Come a Darkness by Katie Rose Poole. It makes me angry because this has been on my TBR for maybe 2 years. And the thing is, there are other books that have been on my TBR longer, but this one has come with me everywhere. It came to my freshman dorm. It came back home for the summer. It went to my sophomore dorm, back home for the summer. It goes on summer vacation trips with me. It came to my junior year college dorm room. It went to the beach with me last week. It was a few weeks ago. But like, it comes everywhere with me. I bring this book everywhere with the intention to read it, and I have not picked it up. And so when I see it, I get angry. I'm like, I can't believe I haven't read that yet. Like, that's so stupid. Like, I can't believe that that's not a thing that I've done. So, and I want to read it because it sounds really good. You know, it's like a fun little group of characters have to get together to do stuff. It just sounds like a cute, no, maybe not cute, but it sounds like a really good fantasy. I'm into it. I just have never picked it up, and it's frustrating. Okay, next. I brought both. The Best Loved Poems of the American People. This book, let me tell you, I saw it at a secondhand store and bought it because I thought it was pretty. And I was like, I'm probably not actually going to read it because I'm not a poetry girly, you know? Like, I wish I was, but I'm just not. And then I started reading it and I was like, I think I'm a poetry girly. And this, okay, I'm just gonna quick preface the book because it's so interesting to me and maybe to other book lovers. But basically, the woman who chose the poems to go into this book, who like compiled them to go in, she ran the queries and answers column, or she edited for, I want to say, New York Times. Yeah, for the New York Times. And people would write in and be like, hey, like, there's this poem that I can't remember, but this is one of the lines. There's this poem about this, and this is the author, but I can't remember the poem. I can't find the poem. You know, this is back in the 1940s when they couldn't just Google it. And so they would send in questions like, where can I find this poem? What poem is this? Does anyone recognize this? And then people would answer, be like, oh yeah, I know that poem. Or, you know, the people who ran the column would find the poem and then publish it to like answer it so people could find it. So basically, the editor, Hazel Felleman, she took all those poems that people asked about, that people remembered, you know, these were poems that stuck out to people, and she put them together in this book. So these are all poems that have been searched for by, you know, Americans. So yeah, I bought it without knowing the premise, and now that I know the story behind it, I'm so invested. And there's good poems in there. Next, I have Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I have heard everyone and their mom talk about this book, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. It sounds cute. It is dual timeline. I hate dual timeline. That is one trope that I can just not get past. I just can't get past it. It's annoying. It makes you jump around story to story and have to remember different plots, and I just don't like it. I'm just not a fan. But maybe I'll like it this time. I don't know. No, I just needed another cute, fun romance to put on my shelf. So that's this. Then I brought The Lost Hero by Riordan. And I just finished it today. And I'm rereading all of Riordan's books. It started with the announcement of the Percy Jackson series. So I read the OG Percy Jackson series. And then I started on The Lost Hero, and I forgot how dull Jason and Piper are. I'm so sorry. I don't hate them as characters. They're fine characters. Piper has a good story. You know, everyone likes to hate on Jason. I don't hate Jason. He's just boring. Their point of views are so boring. They lack any spice or humor or witty. Like, they lack everything. They're so boring. So I've been reading this for a month, and I finished it today. And now I get to move on to Son of Neptune with the best character ever, Percy Jackson. Oh my... I just forgot. I put laundry in the washer earlier, and I forgot to put it in the dryer. I should probably do that. I'll do it after this. Watering the Soul by Courtney Peppernell. You probably have heard of her other poetry book, Poetry and Prose, called Pillow Thoughts. That was the more popular one, and then this one came up after. I'm like more than halfway through, but I've been reading it for a really long time also. Again, I'm not a huge poetry girly, so like I just struggle because I like a good plot, you know, I like a good characters. And so poetry, it's good and it's lyrical and it's fun to analyze, but like it's just too short for me to get invested into a whole book of poetry. I can't just read the poems and flip through the book. Like, I can't do that. I have to like read the poem, read it again, think about what it means, and then by that time I'm put the book down because I'm like, that was a lot of reading. Maybe I'm just too good at analyzing poems, you know, I'm just too smart. But I like it. Some of the poems in prose, I'm like, girl, you're so right. Like, wow, that's good. That was a good way to put that. And then some of them I'm like, okay. You know, for the most part though, I like it. Then I have Virginia Woolf's A Room of One's Own. And I love it because it's about feminism. and about girls going to college, and I'm a girl in college, so like, hello, it's perfect. It's nice, short, and sweet. To annotate it, I'm probably just gonna take a pencil and tabs to annotate it. So this one I'm not too scared to pick up, except for like, even though it's short, it'll take me a while to get through because, again, I can't help it. When I read a book, I do a close reading. I just do, and I can't turn my mind off, except for if it's a romance book, then I can turn my mind off. But like when I'm reading like a classic, I have to read like a reader, like a English major, and it's frustrating sometimes. Then I brought On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous, and everyone has heard about this book. I just know it. I know there's no one out there going, I wonder what that book is. I know you know. It's everywhere. It's a letter from a son to a mother who cannot read. So I've seen quotes from this book and I'm just blown away. So I'm very excited to read it. I haven't seen any bad reviews about this. I'm sure they're out there, but I haven't seen them. So they're not popular opinions. That's how you know this book is good. One of the ways. I guess I'll have to find out for myself. And finally, last but not least, The Silent Patient, by Alex Michaelides. I'm sorry, Alex. This man. You can read it. Yeah, I started it clearly, but like not very much. I have heard the twist is like, I've read that much. 18 pages. I've heard the twist is like crazy. But the thing is that everyone's saying, you're not gonna guess the twist, it's crazy. You're not gonna guess it, it's crazy. That makes me feel like I'm going to guess it because I know it's outlandish. And right now, the way it's going is I'm like, okay, the answer is pretty obvious as to what happened. Like, hello. So I know that that's not what happened. You know, I know I have to think a little bit more outside of the box. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm marking down, clues, like, that's an interesting thing to put there. Like, why did you feel the need to say that? That sort of thing. And just lines that I like, obviously. So I'm gonna try and figure it out. And if I do, I'm a genius. And if I don't, then I'm like everybody else, which is fine. I love everybody else. Maybe not everybody, but... And those are all the books that I brought to college. Quite an interesting stack. It's at least 10 different genres, which is weird. Actually, including these, it's 10 different genres. I counted. Because I was curious, because in one of my writing classes, they were like, writers need to read from a lot of genres because each of them have different strengths that you can pull from. Like poems, you can pull from their lyricality, and science fiction, you can pull from their ability to explain something that's not real, like, you know. So I was like, I wonder how many genres I have on my shelf. And out of 18 books, I have 10 genres. So I think that's pretty good. I think that's a pretty solid amount. And in case you're wondering what this says, because it's been in frame the whole time, it says bookmarks are for quitters. My mom got it for me. So clearly I'm a quitter because I have lots of bookmark books, lots of half-started. Oh my gosh, how many are half-started? Or did I start? 1, 2, 3. Okay, only 3. That's actually pretty good. That's decent. That's a lot more than the average person, I believe. It's a good number for me. Sometimes it gets up to like 5 or 6. Technically I started the Book of Disquiet too, but again, it's little sections of prose. I can't just read it. I can't just go through and read it like a book. Also, I'm wearing my Reputation shirt in honor of Taylor Swift because she announced her new album. I'm so excited. And I'm so off topic. I'm sorry. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you all again soon. If you feel like it, let me know what books I should read first, or if I should finish one of the ones that I've already started. Yeah, I would love to hear opinions. Or you can tell me how to be less shiny. Bye. Okay, so it's the next day. But I just wanted to add in a little extra end clip because since I filmed this video, my last one has gotten some comments, and I just wanted to say thank you because they are the nicest, kindest, loveliest comments, and I just am so happy and thrilled and excited that people want to engage in the discussions that I want to engage in and are interested in talking about books. And it just made me very happy. So I just want to say thank you, and please continue to leave your opinions and thoughts because I love reading them. It really made a whole huge difference in my day. So thank you.